Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tidus Talk, episode 26, featuring our special guest, AsiaMPL. How's it going, Asia?
It's good. How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Of course. It's lovely to have you as well. I always say it's nice to get to know people. I've known you for, I don't even know how long at this point through Twitch, but I don't really know a lot about you besides, the fact that you like to cosplay. So I like doing this so I get to know people better. For those who are joining us for the first time, this is an interview podcast series where I find content creators, Twitch, YouTube, wherever, and we get to know them a little better about their Twitch, their community, and then they pick a topic of their choice, and we get to talk all about that fun stuff, gaming news, and all that goodness. So I like to start off with how I was introduced to you. I'm almost 100% certain it was through TAF in some manner or form. I don't know if it was just within his stream or if he rated you at one point. I don't quite remember, but
I don't know.
either way,
It was
you've always
from
been very
the
nice. And then when you started streaming yourself, you were always very kind. You're fun to watch. You got your cosplays on during your watch, so it's always a good time when I get a chance to actually watch.
thank you.
Of course. So for anybody who doesn't know who you are, Asia, tell us a little about yourself.
All right, I'm Asia. Screen name AsiaMPL. I'm a variety streamer. I predominantly play like Apex, Overwatch, Rogue Company, a lot of shooters. But I, play walkthroughs sometimes during the day. I cosplay. I'm in law school, so
You're
if my
busy.
stream gets a little sporadic, it's because of law school. But you know, I'll play anything and everything. I play like community games. If it's interesting and someone suggests it, especially if it's free, I will download it.
Among Us too, sometimes, right?
Yeah, Among Us. I haven't in a while, but I used to play. What's the thing that you play all the time? The with little tall, little wobbly people.
Oh, Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. I haven't played that in a while, but that was fun when
I
I used to
haven't
play
either,
that.
honestly. But
We do
eh,
Jackbox party games some nights.
that Jackbox is
Stuff.
always fun. So before we move on, we'll take this time to let everybody know who's here live on Twitch. This video will be up on YouTube later. If you're here with us live, you have a chance to win a sub to Asia's channel. So if you are here, exclamation point raffle in the chat, and you can win a sub to her channel. She will also be choosing who we rate at the end of the video as a thank you for her taking the time and joining us today. So with all that being said, let's get started. So how long have you been gaming? It seems like a silly question, but people said I should keep it. Is it something you picked up later in life, or has it been like since you were a kid, as long as you can remember?
I've been gaming pretty much all my life. It was actually something that me and my dad did together. Like my dad would play video games, and when I was too young to play video games, I was just like his sidekick. I would keep watch and be like, "Dad on the left, Daddy on the right. Look, guy over there." And like when we had like I don't know if you remember Game Shark
Oh, of
when
course.
Game Shark was like that CD with the cheat codes on it. So we had a book of cheat codes when we played Grand Theft Auto. He would be like, "Cover me," and he would like duck in the corner and then be putting in the cheat codes. And I'd be like, "Dad, they coming around the corner." Like, so I've been playing video games forever.
It's
I
always
think my first game was the first Tomb Raider. It was either the first Tomb Raider or one of the first Resident Evils.
oh, neither one an easy start depending on how old you were.
Yeah. The first game by myself, I should say, like, beyond being like, "Dad, look, and the other thing," because in that case, it would be like Splinter Cell, I think. Like,
It's always fun hearing those stories though, because my dad plays some games, but I didn't grow up playing with them, so it's always fun to hear. It's like, oh, my aunt and I played, or my dad and I played, and it's kind of cool that you guys have those memories.
yeah.
So what are some of your favorite games and genres of games?
I really, really like puzzle games, like stuff, like I said, like I got my start with Tomb Raider. So like I love games like Tomb Raider where it's like you gotta figure this out. Like it's not just always shooting all the time. It's like You get into a fight, pow, pow, bang, all right, I'm out of the situation. Oh crap, I'm trapped in a cave. How do I get out of this cave? And you gotta like figure it out. And, you know, there's a good storyline to it. Tomb Raider's graphics have always been fun, especially when she had like the square breasts Laura Croft. And then, I like games with good storylines. That's really like I'll play a horror game, I'll play a shooting game. Like as long as it has a good storyline, I'm in there. I've been getting into the like the visual novel stuff, like Until Dawn.
Hmm.
Like the decision, like split decision that you make is the decision that you have to live with. If somebody dies, there's no getting them back. You play the game until it's done and you accept the consequences. Like those types of games are amazing to me.
Yeah, I actually just got finished playing Man of Medan with another streamer. We played the co-op, each controlling different characters, making different decisions. They didn't kill
Mm-hmm.
anybody. I killed two people.
We played that too, me, my dad, and my brother. And my brother only played it one day because he was mad because I don't know which character you killed, but it was when I don't remember what his name was. The guy was running from the ghoul, and he had to climb the ladder in the ship. And Age and my brother, he missed the command to hit one of the rungs, and he fell, just plummeted to his death. And he was so upset. He just left and never came back.
Uh, let's see. What are some of your fondest gaming memories?
Playing with my dad, just anything that like me and my dad, we play certain games together. So like there's some things that people may never see me stream, but that I'll have context of playing because it's just tradition for me and my dad to play the Tomb Raiders together. So whenever a Tomb Raider comes out, we play that together. We pass the controller. Like he'll do a mission and a fight and a mission and a fight, and then he'll pass it to me, and then I'll do some missions and I'll do some fights, and then we'll like if one of us can't figure out a puzzle, we'll do that together. So like we still keep that going. We still play video games together all the time. Like
That's awesome.
I'm doing The Last of Us right now, and we play together. So sometimes because he works a lot, so sometimes it takes us a long time to finish a game. Like I haven't finished The Last of Us yet because we play that together. That's something people will never see me stream. I'll talk about it. You'll see it on my records, but you'll never see me play it because my dad doesn't want to be on stream and anything like that. So I care more about playing the game with him than I do about getting the content.
Right. All right. What upcoming games are you looking forward to the most?
Um, I don't know. I guess this is already out, so it's not a upcoming. Like I just downloaded Control, so I'm
Ah,
really excited to start playing. I think I'm going to start that on Wednesday.
nice.
But I don't know about anything that's upcoming that has really had me like on the edge of my seat about anything lately.
Yeah, I mean, I can somewhat see. I think there's only one or two for me, so but that's why I'm taking this time to go through backlog and just clear out games. And Control is on my list too, since it was free on Plus. I was like, okay, I finally get to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly when I got it. I said, well, what better time? Because right now, the stuff that they're putting out is for like PS5. And so I am not going to get excited about something for a system I don't have yet. So, like Spider-Man, it was like, yeah, I want it, but like, I'm not going to like spend that money for that.
There's a
And
PS4
I want
version.
it on, yeah, but I want it on PS5 so I
Uh,
could get those graphics. Like, I was super hyped to get Cyberpunk. I pre-ordered it and everything, and they screwed us basically like on PS4, so I don't want to risk it with anything else.
gotcha. What games are you currently playing on and off stream?
Shoot, a lot. Like I said, The Last of Us. We're gonna get the third installment of that Until Dawn series.
A Little Hope.
Yeah, Little Hope. We're gonna get that soon. Um, I Minecraft. I play Apex all the time. Rogue. I just got into Overwatch, so we've been playing that a lot. Um, I was going to try playing that other visual novel game again. Jesus, I what is it about when you get on something you like feel the pressure and I don't remember anything. I have no answers.
Trying to think visual
Do you
novel.
it was a visual novel about the girl and she can control time.
Oh, Life is Strange?
And yeah, I tried playing that a few months ago, and because like I said, I like the concept of a visual novel where like you make the decisions. I think I didn't like it because 90% of it was centered around, all right, now rewind and do it again, rewind and do it again, rewind and do it again. And I'm like, I don't want to keep rewinding and do it again. Can I just live with my decisions? So,
I don't I don't remember it being that bad because I think for the most part you only have to rewind if you like kill somebody. Like kill one of the main characters because then their story doesn't get to finish. But that also where it differs from Until Dawn, where it's like anybody can die and it doesn't matter. The story continues.
yeah. That's what I really liked about like the creators of the Until Dawn series. Like they're killing it for me right now because that's such an original concept. Usually it's set into a story that this character is going to die. There's nothing you can do about it,
Right.
or you have to not let that character die, or you have to start the whole thing over. The Until Dawn series is like,
Nope.
go, do it. Oh, they fell. You missed it. They did. Keep going. Next character. like, and then they find the bodies later and be like, oh my God, he's dead. And they'd be like, look at what you did. Now you can't make this decision. You know who would have been real good at negotiating us out of this decision? That same person that you let die earlier. Too bad. Keep going.
That's where I think the Telltale series kind of went off for me. It's like you make the decisions, but they don't really matter. Like,
Yeah.
did you play the first season of The Walking Dead? Telltale.
I've played all the Walking Dead ones. Yeah.
Okay, so like, there's the choice. I forget the names. There's a guy and a girl. You choose which one lives inside the drugstore, and whichever one you save, later on along down the line, they die. So it really didn't matter. It's like 2 episodes later, that person's dead in the same situation that the other person would have been in. So it's like it's an illusion of choice, which I'm not a big fan of. But I also didn't get through. I only finished the first 2 seasons, so I don't know if it got better through like 3 and 4, the final seasons, or.
I mean, it's the same kind of concept. They got better with the relationship building portion of it. So, like as you said, like it didn't matter who you chose because then the person that was mad at you about it is the person that died later on, or the person who was upset about it is the person that you ended up kicking off the bus anyway. So it was like it. But later, as the games progressed, it became more concrete decisions. Like you do this, that person that was upset about it is going to excuse me, can I? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
Is going
swearing is
to screw you
fine.
over later. Okay. That person that you made mad about the decision you made earlier is going to screw you over later. Like they got more concrete with the relationship building aspect of it. If your relationship wasn't at a certain point with somebody by a certain level based on the decisions that you make, they might not help you later, or they might side against you later.
Gotcha. It almost sounds like a Mass Effect, like the green and red, like depending, or blue and red, depending on like how honorable you were, or your reputation or whatever. It's like you got to hit this point, otherwise you're out. All
In
right.
one of the later Telltale games, like this isn't a spoiler or anything, so it's fine, but it was just funny. Like at the beginning, like if you let this little boy say a bad word and you don't correct him, like he was like, oh shit. And the options were like, hey, don't say that, watch your mouth. And like the other option was just to like not say anything and just be like, yeah, that was crazy. Later on, he'll be like, fuck you. And they'll be like, oh my God, you don't talk like that. and your character can't say anything the second time. She just stands there and is like,
Which one is this?
Like the fourth one. I think it's the last one.
Okay. So that's Walking Dead. Okay, I was supposed to say I don't remember that, so it must be one of the Telltales I hadn't played. That's funny.
Yeah, that's just like that's not a spoiler. It doesn't ruin any of the context. It's just funny that like something like that. Like, oh, I didn't tell him not to say a bad word, and then later on he just cusses at somebody, and everybody was like, "Why are you letting this little boy talk like that? He's like 5." And it's like, oh, my bad.
All right. Some of the next questions are usually they're streaming questions, but Twitch is also part of the topic that you chosen. So I'll only go through some of these, and then we'll kind of like go back to them when we get to the topic. So I can't ask this though. So how did you come about choosing your Twitch name?
It's my initials.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Or what?
Asia. So it's Asia, and then MPL is my 2 middle names and my last name, Monet, and then Pooh, and then Lewis.
Okay.
Which is also how I came up with my channel points. It's the Pooh Party, and they're Pooh points because one of my middle names is Pooh.
I would have never have guessed because I didn't know. So your actual name is Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I thought it was just a name that you made up. That's why I ask. It's interesting.
Yeah, my entire name has a fun, folksy tale behind it.
So let's see. Who are some of your favorite streamers to watch?
Well, you first.
No,
off.
I usually warn people. It's like, don't say me. I'm not fishing for anything. But so like when you sit down and watch, assuming you do, maybe you don't watch it that much. Who do you usually like to catch who's on?
I like. This is gonna sound silly, but there's a Twitch page called Faithful Familiars, and it's just a 24-hour hamster cam. Like, I mean, not guinea pig cam. And you just watch the little guinea pigs run around, and it's just so peaceful. I'll just TV, and they'll just be like, and they'll just run around, just doing their guinea pig things, and it's just so cute.
Okay, now I have to know, what are the average views on that? Like, is it a popular channel?
Not a lot. It's usually like me. Oh, not really. It's usually like me and like maybe like one other person will pop in every now and then. I don't think when I've been in there, I don't think I've ever seen more than like 5 people in there at a time, and I'm pretty sure like one of them is the mod that's just in there all the time.
That's interesting though. I mean, I probably should have guessed those existed, but
like none of us talk. We don't say anything to each other. It's just we're all just here to
watch the guinea pig,
enjoy the eating. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of your interests and hobbies outside of gaming?
I like cosplaying. My mom calls me a hobby goblin because I'll see something cool on the internet and I'll just dive in. So like just anything, honestly, anything that I find cool. Like I bought all these supplies for like watercoloring. I have all this stuff for resin crafts. Like I tried doing resin molds. Actually, I like tried doing resin crafting, but that didn't work out too well because I don't think I mixed it right, or I don't know if the temperature in my house is too weird. But I tried to make like kunai and stuff like that, and they're really floppy, and they're not supposed to be. Like this thing bends completely, and I don't know what I did wrong because they're supposed to be hard and sharp. And I don't know, I didn't do it right, and honestly, the fumes were just monstrous. Like my mom said that it smelled like dirty potatoes in this house.
Dirty potatoes?
Because the fumes from the resin stuff was so strong, and I had to leave it sitting out because it wouldn't dry, and I don't know if the temperature in my house wasn't right or if I mixed the stuff wrong. I don't know what I did, but I think I'm good off resin. I think I'm done.
Hey, but you tried.
I did this the other day.
Oh, that's cool. That's really
with
good.
The watercolor stuff. I don't know. So, like, if I see something cool, I just latch onto it. I'm like, gimme. Like,
And
I do whatever.
And at the very least, that gets you to try a bunch of new things.
Yeah.
Glamour Fairy says, "Oh my god, I love that term, hobby goblin. I am one too."
Hobby goblins unite. Listen, you got any cool hobbies that any fun things that you see, let me know, because that's where all my money goes. Honestly, buying art supplies.
Well, podcasts are free to do.
Yeah, I've talked about starting a podcast with my friends before, but that's again something that requires me to have time, and I don't.
No, that's completely understandable. When you listed the stuff earlier, it's like, ooh, you're busy. All right, so we will come back to the other Twitch questions when we get to the topic. I had some other stuff to bring up. So cosplay. A couple of questions. Glowing Gabby says, Asia!
Gabby! That's my best friend. Hi, Gabby!
Well, anybody who's in chat here live on Twitch, feel free to put ! raffle in the chat, and you can win a sub to Asia's channel. Even if you already have a sub, feel free to go ahead and do it, and I'll get you when your sub ends. All right, so make that question sheet back up. So cosplay. When did you get started with that?
When COVID started, when we got trapped in the house and I couldn't really go out anymore or anything like that. You start thinking about things and things that I've always loved seeing people cosplay. I've always loved looking at other people's cosplays. But I was always like, that's probably not for me. Like, people are probably going to not like my stuff. People are going to look at me weird. I'm going to get judged. And I was like, when the whole COVID thing started happening, I was like, life is too short, dog. I was like, if I like it, I'm going to do it. And if people don't like it, well, at least I had fun doing it. And if they do like it, then good. But, it's for me. And so I just started doing it. And turns out people like it. And I have fun doing it, and so
I didn't know
it's
that.
Only been a few months.
Considering the ones I've seen, I mean, I would have guessed that you had started well before COVID. So it's pretty good.
Thank you.
How many cosplays have you done, or do you have? I guess.
Let's see. I did 3 on Halloween. I love Halloween. Oh my god. I say maybe 11, and only about 8 of those 11 were post-worthy. So stream saw some that were okay, but other than that, I did them and took the pictures, and I was like, no, into the vault. Or some of them that I put on for stream ran so long, and I got hot in it, and I took it off before I took pictures, and then was like, oh no, I didn't take pictures, but makeup was half off my face already. So I was like, well, there's that. My Freddy Krueger one, I'm really upset that I didn't get pictures of it, because I did my special effects makeup and things for that too, where my face was burnt and stuff.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one either.
Yeah, that one was on stream. I got so hot that I peeled it off before I even started anything. So the scabs are I have pictures of the scabs on my Instagram page, and I have pictures of the costume on my Twitch page, but I don't have them together, which is unfortunate. Yeah.
So what's your favorite one that you've done so far? Is it the Krueger you said?
No, my favorite so far is the Cruella de Vil. That my Cruella de Vil cosplay, I think, was so iconic. I did some special effects makeup where I made it look like I had been clawed by a dog across my face, and then still put on the fur coat and the elegant makeup and stuff, and was still I got clawed in the face, but I'm still cute. So
that's cool. Have you seen the trailer for Cruella?
I have.
What do you think?
I hope they do her justice. I hope they don't turn it into some she was treated bad as a child.
It doesn't look like that to me.
Story. I hope they just maintain the heifer's crazy. Okay, she's just crazy.
It looks like that's the route they're going.
Yeah, they did that with Once Upon a Time, and I loved Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time was a great show. but they did the whole Cruella's mean because her mom was mean and she had dogs and the dogs would bark at her and attack her. That's why she hates dogs and this, that, and the other thing. So she wasn't always this way. She was made this way by a bad environment. No, Cruella is crazy.
Yeah, you can't really try to make somebody who wants to skin dogs sympathetic.
Yeah. And turn them into coats. And not even grown dogs, not old dogs, like not dogs that are on their way out. You had a bunch of puppies. I want them puppies now.
Okay, what's one that you really like want to do? Like maybe that you haven't done yet.
I really am. I'm currently working on it, but I really, really want to do a Medusa cosplay. It's in the works. I have the stuff. It just requires a lot of doing it myself to get the aesthetic that I want going. So I have to make the entire headpiece.
Right.
So like my parents are very frustrated with me right now because I have a giant like unfolded cardboard box with a bunch of plastic snakes spray painted on it downstairs in our sunroom because I spray painted them a few weeks ago and then I ran out of spray paint and so I had to order more spray paint. But in the time it took for the spray paint to come, the bad weather came. And so I haven't been able to spray paint the rest of the snakes yet. So they're just down there just like snakes. 100 snakes just sprawled across the floor.
So is this something you'll likely keep going after the pandemic's over? Like when things more or less get back to normal?
Yeah, I have a huge list of cosplay stuff now. I can't stop now. Can't stop, won't stop.
You got the itch.
I'm in here now. I'm an addict.
Do you plan on like hitting up conventions and stuff then? Or is it just more for personal?
Yeah, I plan on going to conventions. Honestly, I think the Cruella might be convention worthy. Like I think like if I go to like California or something, like if I go to San Diego, the Cruella's definitely going to be like busted out on day one. Just definitely going to keep a pair of flats with me though, because can't walk around in those stilettos all the time. But definitely when people are like, "Oh my God, you're Cruella! Can I take a picture?" I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, hold on." I'm gonna put the shoes on and be like, "Oh, and Lifeline. I have a great Lifeline cosplay planned out in my head, but I have to find somebody that does like the foam art stuff, like that puts the stuff together, those builders.
Right.
I have to find somebody that can do that because what I want to do is I want to be Lifeline and I want to be able to take her to a convention, but I want for Doc, how she carries Doc on her back, I want someone that can make that and then turn it into a backpack so that I can keep all my stuff in it. But also when it's time to take pictures, I want to have like a stand that like one of those foldable stands inside that I can take out and twist into the bottom of it and then stand it up and lean on it and be like how Lifeline poses with Doc. Like
right.
I want that. So I need somebody that can make that vision come to life for me.
Oh, that's a cool idea. Being part of the cosplay and being functional is really helpful too.
Yeah. So that's a work in progress right now.
All right. So I saw recently that you're going to be hosting a charity stream, February 27th, I believe, 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. If I got that right. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So the charity stream is, I'm co-hosting it with another member of my law school. It's to raise money for awareness against racial violence against the Asian community that spawned from the COVID virus being politicized as the China virus. So any members of any Asian community have been accosted and they've been attacking them and things of that nature. So the NAACP started a fund to help, pay for the people who have been harmed in any way by any political activists or just hate crimes that have been against the Asian community.
That's really cool. So 27th, is that on your channel or a different channel?
On my channel, yes.
Okay. And did I get the times right? 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. on the 27th?
Yes, 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. It may go longer, but 12 hours is just at least 12 hours
Have,
starting at 1 p.m.
have you done a 12-hour stream before?
Yeah, I did a 24-hour
Oh,
stream as a celebration for when I made affiliate.
oh, how
It
was
was
that?
awful.
I think I
It
missed.
was awful.
It was awful. You did.
I was like, I will never do 24 hours again. I have to make like partner to do another 24 hour. Like the last couple hours were the roughest. Like, hours 1 through 12, I was going. Video games going, yeah. Played a whole video game through, was like, yeah. Then about hours 13 to 16, got on with the friends, Apex here and there. So kept the energy up. After everybody went to bed, the hours like 20 to 24, I was like, what? Nothing. I didn't say, no, I'm not asleep, I swear. And honestly, if it wasn't for John, I might have fallen asleep because he stayed up with me throughout the night portion. And he kept, like, anytime he would see my head, like, start to nod, he would just send, like, a biddy or something, and my computer would just go, and I would be like,
John is a really good person. He will take care of you as a friend. Like,
yeah. My homie.
He was on the podcast before, I'm pretty sure. Yes, he was. It's been so long. All right, so I've got a command for it, but tell the people watching live and not live, where can they find you at all the different places?
All right, Twitch, you can find me at AsiaMPL, ASIAMPL. On Instagram, it's AsiaMPL Cosplays.
All one word?
On Twitter, all one word. On Twitter, it's just AsiaMPL. Yeah, and my Facebook page is also AsiaMPL, but I need to get better at operating my Facebook page because I'm not good at it.
Nobody works with Facebook anymore. All right, so yes, if you do not follow Asia, go check her out, all her different things, like Instagram to check out her cosplays, Twitch to watch her live streams. She's really fun to watch. Yeah, definitely check her out. The links are in the chat if you're here live on Twitch, at least for some of those. All right, so let us move on to, let's get this right. All right, so you wanted to talk about Twitch. I summed it up as your journey on Twitch. So what specifically did you want to talk about? I guess one of the first questions I can ask you is, so what made you decide to start to stream?
I just figured it'd be fun. Like, I'm still relatively new to the playing online games and things like that. Like, growing up, it was just always just, if I was playing something, it was just me. Or if I was playing something, it was just me and my dad. I didn't really have a lot of friends that played video games and things like that. So when I started meeting people that played video games, I started caring more about getting stuff like Apex, where I could play with people online and do stuff like that. And, I saw how much fun my friends had streaming, and I was like, well, I don't even have a camera, so it's not even worth it. And I don't have a PC. I had the misconception that you could only stream through a computer, and I was like, my computer's not built for that. And then I saw that you could stream directly through the PlayStation. So I was like, all right, why not? And then, I dropped a couple of streams and people came and they supported. And it was pretty cool, like, to play something and have people be, like, yelling at you and, whatever. It was a fun time. So I was like, all right. So then I made the investment to get a camera and was, I'm not doing it for the money. I do it for the funsies. It's just for the content, for the comedy and stuff like that, just to hang out with my friends and stuff.
How long have you been streaming? When was your first stream?
I think it'll be 6 months. I started streaming also during COVID, like, I think a little after COVID started. Like, I haven't been streaming for too long either. been about 6 months, I believe.
So, what do you like about streaming, and anything you don't like?
I like the energy. It's my like and my dislike about it are kind of the same thing. I like the idea of, like, if I'm doing something, my friends can jump in and watch, and they're like, "Yeah, keeping the energy going, this, that, and the other thing." But if no one's there, then it's just, I'd start to feel like it's a drag. I'm like, maybe I should just kill stream. Like, no one's in here anyway. Like no one's watching. Who am I talking to? Myself. Like, and but I'm okay with talking to myself, and everybody has nights like that where there's only one person in there, or there's no one in there. The one person is you watching your own chat. So it is what it is. That would probably be my least favorite part. It's the uncertainty of, well, no one's in here today.
I think we all understand that for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any like aspirations for the stream? Like, I know you said you're doing it for fun. Is it something where you'd like to work towards partner, or is it always just going to be just a casual thing?
I mean, I definitely would like to make partner. Like, I feel like that's a goal. Even if I don't make partner, I would definitely at least like to be known, like have it be a little bit more of an affluent stream, like have people more consistently in there, actually have some regulars or whatever. But like but like this isn't, my only thing that I have going on, so it's not a make or break thing for me. If I don't make partner or don't get a certain amount of followers within a certain time, I'm not gonna like be done with Twitch. It's not like, that's not what I'm doing it for, so it's not the biggest thing to me. But if it happens, I would be overly grateful. Like, I would be so excited, so thrilled. Like, my goal for this, I say this on my stream all the time, and I'm saying it again because if y'all see it, like, get at me, Puma. You know where I'm at. I want a Puma endorsement. That's all I want. You see me, I wear Puma at almost every stream. Y'all see me, get at me, Puma. Because y'all take all my money. I got a pair of shoes coming in the mail right now. Get at me, Puma.
All right, so I'm going to need everybody watching this on YouTube to go ahead and share it and at Puma. Get Asia that sponsorship.
Give me that sponsorship, Puma. I'm here. I'm waiting on you.
It's like, she's not asking for money. She's just asking for free Pumas.
I just want to be able to put the Pumas on the stream. Be like, look at what I got. Pow. There they go.
All right. Is there anything specific you wanted to talk about? Because I know the topic was your choice, so I want to be like, so what do you want to talk about at your journey on Twitch?
I mean, so far as my journey on Twitch, I just feel like I'm glad that it's going the way it's going. Like, I didn't expect to even ever actually make affiliate. So when I ran into a community of people that was like, nah, screw that, we getting there.
We'll get you there in a week.
Yeah, honestly, they were like, let's go, let's go, let's go. They boosted me up so great that I just feel like I try to pay it forward. So we, a small group of us call ourselves affiliate boosters. And like, when we have a good enough amount of people in the stream at the end of the night, we'll browse through anybody that's streaming that may not have a lot of people in there, or even if they do, like, that's how I met Jane, a few other people that I've gamed with. We'll just go in the middle of the night, see who's on, who's doing what, and we'll just raid them and be like, yo, community boost, what's going on? And we've helped a few people. I think maybe 5 or 6 people at this point get to affiliate, and like, it feels good to pay it forward.
It's very cool. Yeah, I know that people really appreciate that stuff. Somebody I know, Waffle Outlaw, he's been subbed to me for like 2 years at this point. He's just like, you're the guy who got me affiliate. So I was like, you don't have to thank me for anything. As literally, we're friends on Twitch. There's nothing you have to do. And he's just like, dude, just shut up. So I know how appreciated that people can be, expect to have stuff like that done. So that's cool that you do that. I'm honestly surprised there's not like some kind of partner group out there, like 100 people would be like, okay, who's next? We're gonna hang out in this stream for like a month and go crazy.
And just go nuts. Yeah, that's what we try to do. It's just like, and you meet really cool people that way. Like I have a group of people that I play Dungeons and Dragons with every Monday that we met through doing that. Like we just jump, of course we like click into the stream and we hang out there a little bit first.
Right.
And make sure the vibes are right before we throw our whole community at them. And we met this girl, Jane. She's completely, she's awesome. She does like cooking streams and stuff like that. And she was so nice, and her community was so nice and opening. And like, that's where Dabs came from. We met these people and they were so amazing. And like, now I spend every Monday with these people for hours, just like playing Dungeons and Dragons. Like I've been looking for someone to play Dungeons and Dragons with me years, and just through popping around Twitch, I found a community of people. Like, so that's why I got into it. I was like, you get to meet so many awesome people.
Well, that is really awesome, because it's hard for me. I don't know about you. I'm getting to the point, and maybe it's just because I've been on Twitch for so long, where I know so many wonderful people. It's hard to keep up with everybody. So I'm more hesitant to go find new people, because it's like, if I find more cool people, I'll have less time like per person to watch and hang out with. So, it's a hard thing to balance. I don't know if you've gotten to that point yet.
Twitch put those limits. I have my Discord sorted, and it's a shame. Like I feel so weird sometimes when I sort out a Discord. Like if I haven't talked in a long time, I'll just sort it into like I miss these people, but like I'm not active in here, so let me just slide their Discord down into another channel or whatever. But especially now that Twitch has that lurk limit thing where you can only have 5 streams open at a time, is like now I have to pick and choose between people when they're on and things like that. And so it's definitely gotten to that point already, because I'm like, I want to be active in this person's community, but like they're active at a time when like I might be asleep, or they're active at a time where I'm active with somebody else's community, and it just
right. That's how it is with me and yours. It's like you're on late when I am, so it's either I'm sleeping or I'm streaming. So it's like,
yeah, I get it. I was gonna say the same. Like, I try to keep people's tabs open just for the lurk, but now that they have that new lurking thing, that new lurking system, it doesn't even work the way it should anymore.
Is 5 confirmed? Because I had heard before it was 2.
Is it 2? I thought it was, you can have 5 streams open, but you have to say something in the chat every 3 minutes or something like that for your lurk to count.
I had not heard that at all, but I wouldn't doubt it. But I don't know why they would do that. It's just like, let people support people.
The purpose of a lurk,
right?
Doesn't that defeat the purpose of a lurk? If I have to come and say something in the chat every 3 minutes, I'm lurking because I'm not paying attention.
Or sometimes people are lurking, but they're still listening. Like, I can't be active in chat, but it's like maybe I'm working, but I'm still listening. So that's just weird. I wish Twitch could just have a straight up answer for all that, but they won't.
No.
All right then. Well, then we can move on once again, this time to the gaming news. Now, there was a couple things that you had mentioned. I'll get on to IGN since I didn't have anything really pre-prepared while you talk about... I know there was 2 things you brought up. There was Apex, and then there was the Overwatch 2, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I just started playing. I'll start with Overwatch since that's probably shorter, because, as I said, I'm new to Overwatch. Like, I'm into it, but I don't know too much about the backstories. I don't even really know many of the characters' names still, but I call them what I want to. Like, when I play DPS, the character's name is Echo, but I call her Zappy Fingers. And I'd be like, y'all, I'm Zappy Fingers. And they'd be like, what? Zappy Fingers? And so, it's I have nicknames for all the like my own personal nicknames for the characters, which I'm sure people that are like super, super into it will be like, oh, what? You can't, no, use their names. And I'm like, Zappy Fingers? In the Shadow Dude, little monster guy, and the Hamster Ball Dude, like all of them, like they're over there. Get them. um, but Overwatch 2 is supposed to we're hoping that it's going to be cross-plat so that we can play with more friends and things like that just have it on PC and stuff. But we don't know if it's just going to be on PS5, and if it's on PS5, is it going to be cross-gen? We don't know. So they didn't really say much other than like announcing it. So it was just like, okay.
Gotcha. Actually, so I have the BlizzCon stuff up here. So the announcements were there was a Blizzard Arcade Collection announced, which I guess features the Lost Vikings, Blackthorn, and Rock and Roll Racing. I don't know that I'd ever heard of those, but I think they're older Blizzard titles. That's coming to PC and consoles. World of Warcraft Shadowlands patch was announced. Burning Crusade Classic expansion, which is kind of weird to me. It's almost like, so they've got the WoW and then the WoW Classic, and WoW Classic is now like going through like the same phase as the original was. So they have the same version being like redone and expanding the same way it was before, and people are paying for it. It's crazy to me.
If it ain't about the money.
Hearthstone Forged in Barons expansion and Mercenaries mode revealed. Diablo 4 is getting a rogue class. I haven't played any of the Diablos. Have you?
No.
I know a lot of people who love them. Those take a lot of time and effort that I don't have. Diablo 2 Resurrected announced, so there's going to be a remaster of Diablo 2, and then there's the Overwatch 2 stuff you were talking about.
I don't know how I feel about all that's something that I can talk about with gaming news. How they keep just remastering games instead of making new games. And that I don't like the direction that Resident Evil is going. With all these first person, not really Resident Evil games. I feel that the company that makes Resident Evil had the backbone and the tracking in our community, where they could have just started a new series of games that are Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil 8 and this new first person. It's not zombies, it's just spooky stuff, horror game line of games, and we still would have been like, yeah, let's get it, gung ho for it. But now I'm a little upset about it because I'm like, you're calling it Resident Evil, and it's not.
Yeah.
Resident Evil is Raccoon City, zombies, all of that type of stuff, not whatever this direction is that y'all are trying to go. Like, I'm not into it. Am I going to play the game? Yeah. But like...
That's what they're counting on. You're going to play the game anyway.
Play it anyway, but I'm not going to be happy about it.
But yeah, I've been playing since the first one as well, and I've kind of been saying the same thing. Obviously, the zombie stuff kind of stopped after starting with 4 with Las Plagas, as opposed to regular zombies. You got the stuff coming out of their heads, and then 5, you had the same thing where just like it was more like just mutations, not just zombies.
Yeah, they started just being superhumans and mutations and people turning themselves into giant monsters, and it was like, I mean, okay, but at least that was still tracking with the whole, they're spreading this virus. Like, the zombie plague came from them messing with this virus, and they're still doing it and still turning themselves into more monsters with this virus. Like, at least it was still tracking,
Right. My big problem with 8 coming up is, and I've told people this, is, okay, now we have zombies and werewolves. Vampires and werewolves. I'm like, you're literally just like throwing in movie monsters now. How does that make sense into the umbrella at all?
Right. Like, Resident Evil's whole thing was just supposed to be, this shit could happen.
Right.
Like, you could be chilling as a rookie cop one day, and then something gonna blow up, and it's like, what's that? They released a virus by accident. People are turning into zombies. People that are dying are coming back. We need to run and survive. Go, go. Scientists are bad. Like, and now it's just like, hey, let's sneak into this creepy house where this man is definitely like a ghost, and there's this thing in the basement, and now there's sexy vampire ladies, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah. I, I mean, like you said, I'll probably eventually play it because I eventually played 7 and I enjoyed it, but like it's less Resident Evil and just more something else.
Yeah. I just definitely think they should have just done a whole new series of games and just from the creators of Resident Evil this. And we would have been like, ooh. But instead now it's just like
But then I
what.
think their fear is the casual fan. The casual fan will be like, well, I don't know what this is. This is new. Why do I care about it? As opposed to, oh,
Yeah.
this is Resident Evil. I like Resident Evil. You see, the movies did a lot of money, but I didn't enjoy them. I like the first one was fine, but after that, I was just like, what is this?
Resident Evil is where I fell in love with Mila Jovovich. I used to, I used to say all the time if she came knock her or Pink, like now it's her, Pink, and Halsey. But I used to say if Mila Jovovich came and knocked on my door and was like, "Leave everything, come with me," I'll be like, "Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming right now. Take me with you. I will follow you to the ends of the earth, girl." Oh
She
man.
needs to get away from working with her husband, honestly, in my opinion. But
Mm.
I think Paul S. Anderson or W. Anderson or something like that, because he did most of Resident Evils. He did the Monster Hunter movie. It's like it's nice that he casts her and everything, but I don't think it helps her career much.
Yeah.
But all right, so that was the BlizzCon stuff. Let me scroll through here, see what we got. We had the Nintendo Direct, of course. That was a few days ago. Not a lot of stuff that I remember per se. I know there's the new Smash character that's from I can't remember what's the name of the series. Can't remember what it's called. But there's a new Smash character. Another person with a sword, so I know everybody's happy about that.
Mhm.
We've got
I'm so bad at Smash. It's not even funny.
no. If I tried to play online, I'd be like, there'd be no point in me playing online. I'm so basic at it. But there's Splatoon 3 was announced. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD was announced. A lot of people were disappointed it wasn't like an Ocarina of Time HD remake, but I think it's only a matter of time for that. Project Triangle Strategy is something actually I'm excited about.
What's that? Project
So,
Triangle.
do you remember a couple years ago Project Octopath Traveler? Or at least the name maybe sound. It was okay. So that was announced in a direct similar to this. It's called like a 2D HD look, where so it's sprites, but it's semi 3D ish. It's an RPG, a JRPG. Octopath Traveler was. This one is a strategy RPG, so it's like Final Fantasy Tactics, where you have a grid and you have people move around the grid and attack that way. And that's why it intrigues me because I love Final Fantasy Tactics, and this is kind of like in that vein. So I still have to try out the demo, but it looks pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
You got Mario items coming to Animal Crossing, which the warp pipe everybody's excited about, so you can travel throughout the island with just a simple warp. Mario Golf, Legend of Mana Remaster, Fall Guys is coming to Switch, which means I actually might play a little bit more because I can play in bed. Hades is coming to Switch, and that's pretty much it for the announcements there. Crash Bandicoot 4 is coming to Switch as well, but that wasn't on the direct. That's just general news. Sorry, just scrolling through real quick. Is there anything else you've seen? I know there's something I'm missing.
Games-wise. I don't know. Not games-wise. Not a lot of stuff has been going on that's been exciting me lately. I am excited about the Mortal Kombat movie, though.
Oh yes, we can talk
That
about that, movies and stuff too. I
fire.
saw the trailer and I didn't know how graphic it was going to be until at the beginning he blows off Jax's arms with his ice. It's just like poof. I
Rips
was like,
them off.
well, that's how that happens.
It was like as soon as the scene started, I was like when the clip started, I was like, is this it? Is this where he loses his arms? And then it was just like ice, rip. This is it. This is where he loses.
Yeah, I was not expecting it at all, but in a good way.
It looks like it's going to be so much better than any of the other ones that they've ever tried to do.
Oh, the other ones were cornball. Like they were meant to be like they're '90s movies basically, where it's just like corny trying to fit things in. And this one they're trying and they've got the R rating, so you see all the blood and dismemberment and stuff, which is
That's what
what Mortal Kombat's meant to be.
yes.
I think the biggest moment in that trailer that a lot of people reacted to was when Sub-Zero cut Scorpion and the blood came out. He froze the blood into a dagger and then stabbed him with it. It's just like, whoa, that's like basically straight out of one of the games.
Yeah, when I played Mortal Kombat when I was younger, I was a Scorpion main all day. All day. Simply because I like to bow, 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 kick somebody across the map.
And then get over here.
Get over here! Bow! So when he did that, when he just had in the trailer and he pulled him through the gate, I was like, get over here! I loved it. I was so hyped. I was like, Scorpion! I made like all the girl, like any other girl that I knew was like, oh, I want to be Melina. I want to be Katana. They're so cute. And me, I'm just like, oh, get over here.
But yeah, it looks like it's going to be good. I know it's not getting. I don't think it's getting any kind of theater release because it's Warner Brothers. So they're doing the HBO Max release.
I pray that they do. HBO Max. Let's talk about them.
Okay.
For a second.
Let's.
HBO Max is so deluxe. Like, I can't even believe that they're letting them do the things that they're doing. This straight to HBO Max, no payment movie release is so sweet. I'm looking at all the things that are coming out, Justice League, Suicide Squad, like all this stuff that's coming out, and HBO's just like, here. I'm like, give it to me. The Tom and Jerry movie. The Little Things, that was a crazy good movie. We're supposed to watch Judas and the Black Messiah today. Like, Wonder Woman was trash, but like we got to see it at home for free. So like, like I got to watch it in my bed.
Yeah, I used up my free trial. We were supposed to watch Wonder Woman because the wife wanted to watch it, but we were like 2 days late. 2 days after it, they pulled it down. So we ended up just watching Flight Attendant instead, which is actually pretty good. But
I think we watched like the first episode of that, and I got so mad at her.
Well, she acted stupid, to be fair, but
yeah. I think law school has made me such a cynic for so many things. Like, you know, I can't even watch a good crime drama or anything like that. Like, even like watching The Little Things, like there was stuff like they were letting him in the crime scene, and I was like, you can't just let people walk around crime scenes. He has no gloves, he has no bags on his shoes, he can't touch things. He just left. He went to another building. You can't just let him do stuff. He's touching evidence. I was just like, oh my god, like I get it for like the plot, but oh my god, you can't just let people do things.
Well, tell that to every other TV show and movie.
I do watch everything and I'm like, that wouldn't have held up in court. You can't do that. Yeah, somebody's causing a mistrial here. This is not okay. You cannot do these things.
And
crime confidentiality just went right out the window, huh? You just gonna tell her whole business.
And you know that's how most people like think it works now, just because that's how it's always portrayed.
Yeah. But yeah, I love HBO Max. Like I keep looking at all the things that are coming up, and I'm like, yes,
So
HBO Max, save my money.
did you have it before they announced all that, or did you like, oh, they're starting to do this now? I'm gonna.
No, I had it. I had it as soon as they became a thing because they had all the Studio Ghibli films and all the Cartoon Network stuff and all the DC stuff. And I was like, oh, good, they got all the DC shows, so now I don't have to get like the DC streaming thing and this streaming thing and that streaming thing. I can just watch Doom Patrol, and I can watch the Harley Quinn series, and I can watch all the DC stuff like the Killing Game, and I don't have to pay extra for the DC streaming service because you have all the stuff here, and then I can watch all my Cartoon Network stuff, and then I can watch all my Studio Ghibli stuff that I feel nostalgic about when I feel about it. And then when they started announcing that they were just releasing these movies and stuff, I was like, yo, y'all really like, because they had, what did they have? They had the Fresh Prince. They had, I think They Stole Friends. I think they have Friends now.
Yeah, they do.
When I saw they had the Fresh Prince, before I even knew they had the Cartoon Network and the Studio Ghibli stuff, as soon as I saw they had the Fresh Prince, I said, even if I just get it for a month for the free trial, I am watching the Fresh Prince until my brain starts to melt. And then when I got on it, I saw all the other stuff they had, and I was like, oh, hell yeah.
It's like tailor-made for you.
It really is. Like, there was a point in time where HBO Max, like when I first got it, for like a straight month, it was the only streaming service that I was on. Like I was like, Netflix can go eat dirt. Hulu, I still need you just so I can watch my Bob's Burgers episodes every Monday after they drop. But like Hulu don't put out good original content in my opinion. Like all their original content is usually like And Netflix only puts out good original content. All their other stuff that they get is always just like old, or it's like I've seen that or whatever. But then they put out something, a Netflix original, that's like, ooh.
Yeah,
so,
everybody's making their own streaming service, so they don't get the good stuff anymore. They can't buy other people's stuff because everybody wants it for themselves. That's why The Office is gone, and to Peacock, and Parks and Rec, and Friends is gone. Even though I don't know if Warner Brothers owns Friends.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think HBO Max snatched it. I think they took all the Warner Brothers and Fox stuff. But then Paramount is making their own thing now. I subscribe to them because they have they have all the Nickelodeon stuff now. So now I can cancel my Nickelodeon stuff from off of my Amazon Prime account that I have to pay extra for each freaking channel. But they have all the Paramount has all the Nickelodeon, and they have some, I forgot what it was, but they had a lot of stuff on there that I was like, they have a lot of the shows. Paramount has a lot of TV shows. They're not really heavy on the movie side.
Right.
But so far as TV shows, MTV, they have MTV, BET, VH1, Nickelodeon, and something else. I think and well, obviously not like all the Paramount movies, so anything with the anything that they
all the stuff you listed is like straight out of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon, VH1, MTV.
Yeah, like CBS, because that's what they are now. So they have like all the daytime stuff. So they got like people's stories. Like you want to go back and watch all of the Young and the Restless from the past 80 years.
God.
You can do that. Like,
God, who would have the time? Well,
yeah.
I think that's about it as far as news goes, which brings us to the wrap up. So, if anybody else who is here in chat has any questions from me or Asia, feel free to bring them up. In the meantime, I will say thank you so much, Asia, for joining me today. It's awesome getting to know you a little bit better, talk about some games and movies and some, crime scenes that infuriate you. But anybody who's here is going to want to stick around. We're going to do that. We're going to end end the podcast, and then we'll come back so we can do the raffle and everything. If you're joining us here on YouTube, make sure to check the description below for all the links to Asia's Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook page if she really wants it there. Yeah. So thank you everybody for coming by. I always forget, and I'm remembering this time. So next month is going to be 1 month from today. Actually, is going to be SpartanLeonidus is going to be joining us, so that'll be fun. And Asia, there you go. There's her Instagram link right there. I've been wanting to try to ask, and I need to make this a question. Who is somebody you think could be interesting to have on the podcast? Because I want to start getting suggestions from people.
I think my friend Chase, one of the people you asked, like, who do I like to watch? He'd be a good person to have on the podcast. He has a really good vibe. And he's a parent too, so he has that whole young child parenting, trying to stream, trying to work at the same time thing going. And like he has a good sense of humor and stuff like that, so he's a real chill dude to talk to.
All right, what's the channel name?
Sly Fox. I will put it here.
Obviously, I can't make any promises, but I will reach out to these people and see what's up. I'm definitely, and it'll probably help that I can say Asia recommended. I'm not just some weirdo who's coming to you saying, "Hey, Asia recommended that I reach out to you about this." So
yeah, he's somebody that's trying to do some actually go places with his Twitch page. So
cool.
He wants the sponsorships and things like that. Like,
I will check them out for sure. But thank you again, Asia. Thank you, everybody who joined us here today. Like I said, we'll be right back after we close this out, and we'll see you next month. Bye.
Bye.